Good morning, Eagle Nation.
Welcome to the first broadcast of W-EPS, the Beak.
Your source for all the happenings at EHS.
I'm Oliver Kuhn.
And I'm Hayes Miller, and here's Oliver with our top story today.
Recently, a walking trail for Elgin has been in discussion. According to Superintendent Dan Polk, the trail would benefit citizens and students alike.
It's something in progress for a long time. The city has been approached about it a lot, and there are a lot of community members and citizens that walk around town. So in the last few months we thought we have a lot of land that we've started to utilize for parking and for other various things, and we thought, why not utilize it to try and establish a walking path for the students and the school as well as the community.
While the track would not be made of polyurethane, the walking trail is going to come in handy during track season as well.
Our students run for track on the streets, which isn't really very safe. And when you're walking on the streets in Elgin, you kind of have to walk right in the middle of the street because it's unlevel. And the sidewalks in Elgin are not very good. So this would be an opportunity for even a PE class or others to go out and get some exercise.
And here is Tom Morrow with the next story.
It may be cold out, but that doesn't mean things aren't blooming inside the halls of EPS. A new program, the Bloom Presentations, shows students different careers that are available and what they require. According to guidance counselor Sonia Richard, the presentations not only help the students, but also the community.
I really want to include not just the high school students, the junior high and the high school students, but I really want to invite anyone from the public that is maybe looking to pursue a different job.
EPS sophomore Talana Wooder attends these presentations to learn about the jobs available after she graduates.
I choose to go to the Bloom presentations because I want to know what jobs are out there instead of just picking one. I have many to choose from.
This is the first year for the Bloom presentations, and Richard plans to continue as long as she can bring in presenters.
Well, I think about what's in the community. I think about who is willing to come in. I spend some time on the telephone, talking to different groups, of course, different ones that I've had. Let's see, we had somebody from plumbing and heating come, and I had someone from Joseph's College of Cosmetology. We've had the Army National Guard and also somebody from the Marines and the Air Force. And this week today we're having someone come from Knee Warners, Beaver Bearing and Side Dumper. And I also have Department of Roads or Transportation coming and Invenergy. And so those are just jobs that I know that are available in Antelope County in the Elgin area that kids might be able to go into. So then I just reach out to people. I've reached out a couple of times to the State Patrol and they have not reached back to me, but I have a lot of calls out to a lot of different places, hoping they'll call me back and come talk to you guys.
Okay.
Although the team struggled with small numbers and some injuries at the beginning of the season, the wrestlers wrapped up the season in strong fashion. First-year head wrestling coach Trey Rossman is optimistic about his first season with the Pack.
I'm very happy. I mean, there's a couple matches here and there that obviously I wish that we could have back, but overall, I can't look in the past. I can only look forward to the future, and I can work in the present to improve these guys and just how much I want to see them grow, both as young men and as wrestlers.
Rossman also believes the team has made some progress this season.
Most notable strengths is that the guys that are always ready to come to work. There's really no complaining for the most part. But overall, just the work ethic and the desire to get better is something that I've really noticed with the guys.
Our resident news anchor and senior wrestler, Hayes Miller, has some fond memories of his years in wrestling.
I'm going to go back to last year when we had to do the hydration test. The hydration test is just when you have to be hydrated all day, and then you go and you have to give a urine sample to a doctor, and they make sure that you're hydrated so they know how much weight you can lose. And last year I had to go so bad that I literally crawled into the hospital. I couldn't even stand up. I'd say that was probably one of my best memories.
The EPPJ wrestling season concluded with the state tournament in Omaha on February 15th through 17th.
Senior Logan-Henn earned his 100th win at districts and qualified for the state tournament.
Logan ended his season representing the Wolfpack in Omaha.
It's the end of winter time, and that means the end of boys basketball. The team has worked hard this season and faced some tough opponents. Head coach Michael Becker feels the team faced some obstacles this season.
I would say the biggest challenge was getting the kids to believe that everybody that was on the team was capable of scoring in the paint or closer shots, and understanding that we didn't just have to stand on the three-point line, and that everybody was athletic enough and good enough to score shots inside and get some of those easy baskets, and it started to show towards the end of the year when we were playing better.
Team members agree that there were some highlights to the season.
Getting a few wins, but mainly getting the win against Niobrara.
Well, I would say my highlight was bonding with the team and getting some wins.
Becker also feels the team has accomplished some key things.
The biggest accomplishment, I would think, as a whole, would be winning a first-round game in our conference tournament, and beating Niobrara, who had beaten us earlier in the year.
The coach provided some words to sum up the season.
We were competitive in all of our games. We obviously didn't win as many games as we were hoping or planning on at the beginning of the year, but looking back at scores and how we played as a whole, I thought we were very competitive in our schedule and with all the teams that we've played.
The girls basketball team recently completed another successful season. The Wolfpack posted an impressive 15-7 record, defeating some tough opponents. Head coach Randy Eisenhower feels that the team faced many challenges.
Probably started at the beginning, graduating 4 seniors. That's always a challenge anytime you start a new year. You got new kids, but we had a couple kids that came back that were part of the program last year. They were part of the kids that played quite a bit. But then we had other kids, our 5, 6, 7 kids that never had varsity experience. So, the first part of the year, that's what you got to get used to, kids getting used to that varsity speed. But overall, I think every one of them adapted well, and it turned out to be a pretty good year.
Junior Kaylee Martinson agrees and says that the team had challenges, but they overcame some of them.
A lot of people didn't believe in us that would be as good as we were. They thought we were going to lose to some really good teams, but it turns out we stuck with them or either won against them.
Along with these challenges, Coach Eisenhower says that there were many accomplishments to the season.
Overall, going 15-7, I think that was a great accomplishment. I'm not sure how many people seen us being that successful this year, especially with what we lost last year, but we also did break 3 new records. That was a huge thing that the girls accomplished. Right now, in D1, we're standing in first place for allowing defensive points of 35.2, which was a team record that we broke that stood since 2009, 2010. So overall, the girls were successful in a lot of different places.
For some, it can be hard to speak in front of people. However, for some students at Elgin Public Schools, it is a passion that they like pursuing. These participants get the opportunity to step into another world and become someone else. Lydia Bank, a senior who has been a part of speech team for 3 years now, explains why she thinks speech is important.
Okay, personally, it just helps you get out of your comfort zone, and it helps you try new things, and it helps you to just push yourself where you think that you couldn't have gone before, Because when I first joined, I didn't think that I would like it at all because I was so nervous to perform in front of people, but then you get up there and you realize that, hey, it's not as bad as you think. And so I think it helps people just get out of their comfort zone and experience new things.
Speech is not only enjoyable for the participants, but it's also for the coaches. Co-coach Jessie Reisman has been involved with the program for 10 years and enjoys her role.
I like the drama. I like OID and I like duet. I enjoy blocking and seeing kids become something that they're not and getting the most out of kids, that a shy kid, getting them to act like a pig or something like that is fun to me. So that's probably the area I like the best.
First-year speedster, freshman Theana Dunn, feels speech has been a good experience for her so far.
It's just really good to get out of your comfort zone and that you can just be crazy and weird and not get judged for it.
The speech team has done well so far this season. They are nearing the end of their season and seem to be peaking at the right time.
All y'all better watch out, because there's a new show in town. EPS has a new journalism class, and it's been quite the adventure. English teacher Stacy Shumake-Henn, who is heading the class, says that this first semester has really been about learning.
For the first year, just figuring everything out, getting the kids familiar with what journalism is, getting the new equipment, which we did. Carter did an excellent job of that, finding what we needed and getting it ordered. Now it's just a matter of getting everybody acclimated to the equipment and also learning how to go out and gather the news, put it all together, and try to do it in a timely manner.
The instructor is excited to offer a new course that will allow students new experiences, especially in such a growing field. Senior Carter Schindler was the first student to enroll in this class. According to Shumake-Henn, Schindler was instrumental in helping this class get off its feet, especially in terms of the technology. We had a chance to sit down with Schindler and discuss his take on the new course.
She came to me and asked me if I could, or if I'd like to have a class like this, and I said, you know, that would be pretty fun. So we made a list of things that we wanted to, like our tech and all that stuff. Came up with a price. We got some grants and all that stuff, and once we got the grants, it was immediately we were excited about it and wanted to do it. So
what do you hope to gain from it?
I'm hoping to learn a little bit more about the technology that we're using, like the camera, the computer, the programs that we use, like Adobe Premiere.
Okay. So what's the hardest step of creating a video in your own opinion?
Of creating a video, the editing by far. The editing is, and it might just be because I'm kind of new to it, but it's difficult. The editing is definitely the most difficult part.
Is it difficult to the point where you're getting excited to do it, or?
It's difficult to the extent where I do like it. It's kind of an
interesting challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Yeah, and I do like a good challenge.
So do you think any more students will pick this class up in the future, and why do you think that?
I do, because you get a chance to use this really nice equipment, and everybody loves to do that. I mean, who doesn't like to use new equipment, new cameras, all that stuff. I mean, even if you don't have an interest in that, you might have an interest in, creating a background or anything like that, So I figured that, yeah, that'll bring in more people.
Right.
That's a wrap for our first episode.
Thanks for joining us.
Be sure to tune in next time for more EPS news.
And check out our newsletter.
I'm Oliver Kuhn.
And I'm Hayes Miller.
Reporting for W-EPS.
On air, in print, and in the know. Nation.
Welcome to the first broadcast of W-EPS, the Beak.
Your source for all the happenings at EHS. The EPBJ wrestling season concluded with the state wrestling tournament in Omaha on February 15th through 17th.
Senior Logan Henn earned his 100th win at districts and qualified for the state tournament. Let's try that again.